Oral-B IO Electric Toothbrush. Get the wow of a professional clean feel every day.
Make it say wow.
Oral-B. Brush like a pro.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of
You there, Biffy? My phone did not fully charge overnight, so somewhere during the morning I'm going to have to disconnect and go to a different system. I'm just letting you know ahead of time. We'll be okay for an hour or so, but I'm afraid I'll run out of power before the 3 hours is done. So just at some point I'll just have to take a break and hang up and do something different. Just letting you know, that's all. Nothing you can do about it. Don't know why it didn't charge, but when I woke up this morning, it didn't have a full charge. And it takes 3 hours worth of the show takes the full charge, so. But I'll figure something else out when it's done. Alrighty, you got the April Fool's cuts? Okay, I'm going to use those up front. And the Pirates won yesterday, right? Okay, we'll talk about that too. Everything else okay? Okay, you sure? Okay, just double checking. Okie dokie.
ankles so you're able to compete or exercise comfortably. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and have been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. To find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit associationsadvanceohio.com.
Calls and conversations continue in less than 3 minutes as the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues after this.
Managing your business can be a minefield. One step in the wrong direction, and it can feel like everything you've worked for is at risk. I always had a vision of building a team, a crew of true professionals that could handle it all, tax, insurance, and investments. Big enough to partner with Encova, but personal enough to protect your interests on the home front. I'm Gary, and this is the Glessner Group.
Over the years, you've brought opioids into your home. They helped when you were in pain, and you held on to them just in case. But holding on to opioids puts your family at risk. Learn more at www.fda.gov/drug disposal.
Oh, there's something so real about living local. And I know without a doubt I'm not alone. And I love living local. There's nowhere else I'd rather be. Said I love living local. WTRF is working for me. The Ohio Valley is where I love to be.
Add comfort to your home and get 11% off everything now at Menards. Find your style with Patriot Lighting ceiling fans. The LED Ogan ceiling fan comes with a remote and easily lets you change the color temperature. Get 11% off all Patriot Lighting ceiling fans. Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Good through April 3rd. Savings are a mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
From the Watchdog, here is your local weather forecast for your Friday. Sunny and breezy with wind gusts up to 25 miles per hour and a high of 43. Overnight, clear skies and cold with a low of 21. And for your Saturday, expect mostly sunny skies with a high of 53. And that's your local weather forecast from the Watchdog.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
In the year 1898, Marconi sent his first radio message across the English Channel.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Let's have a tune. I'm sick of this silence. There's nothing wrong with being fun and popular and just giving people what they want.
This is not radio fantasy camp. We're on the air here.
You seem happy this morning.
Is it Friday already?
Friday.
All I'm doing is getting on the air. The revolution will be broadcast.
Friday.
What's this?
Did you ever hear of a thing called radio?
Wow.
It's showtime!
News, information, conversation, controversy, and fun. This is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe.
Well, I didn't think it would be this cold this morning, Bippy. Did Zach tell us it was going to be this cold this morning? We're going to warm up today.
Yeah, I thought we were, but only in the, I think, mid-50s or close to that today.
Yeah, but it's cold outside. 21 degrees at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport. A little bit of light wind blowing around makes it feel like 15. I don't know. I just thought it was going to be warmer in the morning. I don't know. 21 at the airport feels like 15, 21 degrees here at my home studio in the Elm Grove section of Wheeling. 21 degrees at the Robinson Auto Group Studios downtown Wheeling in the heart of the Ohio Valley. Friday, final day of the week. We have made it to and then hopefully through another week. And we spent a lot of time here in front of the legislature. One of the things I'm looking forward to is only another week or so before it'll be gone. It'll be over and done with. They won't be able to do any more destruction to the state of West Virginia. So each day, each week makes me feel like we're getting closer to a light at the end of the tunnel. Because right now, unfortunately, the way things have gone in the legislature in West Virginia, that light has been a train coming the other way so far. But anyway, welcome to Friday. It's Good Friday. So many of you will have a religious holy weekend to engage in. Did you do any Monday Thursday services yesterday, Biffy?
No, I did not.
No, we didn't. I didn't either. Usually I do, but this year did not. I don't think our church even did one this year because of COVID. But probably some folks. I know some folks did. In fact, I was not preaching, but I know up in Dillonville they actually had one. The other pastor that works in Dillonville did the services there. So I know there were some yesterday. And yesterday, Biffy, we talked about this at the beginning of the program yesterday. Yesterday was April Fool's Day. Now, we talked about it ahead of time, but did anybody pull any April Fool's jokes on you?
No.
Now, other than Teddy, nobody pulled any on me. Now, I mentioned this yesterday. Teddy, for some reason, was focused on April Fool's Day. He wanted to pull pranks. Granddaddy, we're going to pull some pranks today. So as soon as he got in the car, I picked him up from school yesterday, he leaned in and whispered to me. That meant he didn't want Grandma to hear. Granddad, when we get home, I'm going to pull some pranks. Okay. Okay. And the first thing he asked me was, do we have a whoopee cushion? I thought, where does this 6-year-old get knowing about a whoopee cushion from? And I said, I think we do, because I thought somewhere in this house we did. I couldn't find it, went out to buy one, couldn't find it. And I don't know where you go to buy a whoopee cushion. I couldn't find a whoopee cushion anyplace. So his pranks throughout the day, he just had one prank he gave all day long, which was he has a little rubber snake. And so the rubber snake, he would hide the rubber snake, and then we'd be surprised that, Granddaddy, what's that behind you there? Oh, nothing's there, grandson. Oh my God, it's a snake. And we did that over and over and over again. So those are the only April Fool's jokes I had played on me. And my wife tried on Teddy. She said as he was leaving and putting his shoes on, my wife said, Teddy, your shoes untied. He's 6 years old. He looked down and he goes, I only have my socks on. That didn't mean anything to him at all. Last year, a lot of companies sometimes get involved in doing April Fool's jokes. Last year, we were right in the ramp up of the pandemic, beginning some of the shutdowns and so on, right around April Fool's Day last year. So most companies did not do a lot of the mildly amusing April Fool's Day jokes they normally did because of the pandemic. But this year, some of the companies came back with advertisements that were a little bit goofy and April Fool's Day fun. For example, I like this. I guess I like this one because, again, with Teddy around the house, I understand it completely. Lego. The Lego company, the little characters you're making, things you build. Lego made an ad for what they called smart bricks. And if you ever have kids in the house and you play with Legos, you know how important this is. The Lego ad for smart bricks said that the bricks would move out of your way as you walk through the room so you won't step on them. And if you ever have Legos around the house like we do a lot with Teddy, I'm perpetually stepping on, yikes! What's that? That's a Lego Mario, Granddad. Okay, all right, this was on my foot. So Lego made an ad for smart bricks that move out of the way as you walk so you won't step on them. This one I kind of like, Biffy. Bud Light Seltzer, on their April Fool's Day joke, announced they have a new Bud Light Seltzer flavor. Pizza.
Oh.
I'm not sure it's not a bad idea. Pizza and beer, just have it all in one.
Yeah.
No, not for you?
No, I don't know about that one.
You don't know about that one?
No.
I thought that was actually pretty clever. I mean, many of us like to let's have some pizza and beer. Hey, you want to go for pizza and beer? Let's go out tonight and have pizza and beer. Now it can all come in one can. Pizza flavored Bud Light Seltzer. Let's see. How about this one? Yuck. This is a real yucker for me. This is, again, these are all April Fool's jokes that they really did yesterday. The Green Giant Company, ho, 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 Green Giant. The Green Giant Company teamed up with the Peeps Company to announce Cauliflower flavored Peeps.
No.
I heard that yuck there in the background.
No. Again, I'll eat cauliflower and I'll eat Peeps, but I won't eat them together.
Yeah. It just doesn't, the thought of that just, of course, the thought of Peeps sometimes almost makes me ill. They're so sweet and stuff. But anyway, so yes, that was another one of the fake ads that was made. This one was kind of ucky, but still interesting. The Velveeta Cheese Company, let's see, I think we've got this one here. Velveeta Cheese made an ad for a fake line of skincare products. Skincare products made out of liquid cheese.
Immerse yourself in the serenity of smoothness. Indulge your indulgences. The creaminess of Velveeta. Now in skincare. Unique by Velveeta.
You imagine? You know, the sad thing is I see some of the stuff that, I want to say women, but I suppose men do it too. I see some of the crap people put on their faces, you know, the face masks and stuff to make themselves supposedly look better. I don't know the liquid cheese is any worse than anything else that's out there. So, let's see. Outback Steakhouse had an ad for fake lipstick that are the colors of the different cooking temperatures for steaks. So instead of ruby red lipstick or passion pink, you could buy medium rare or well done. So all right, that's an Outback Steakhouse ad. Let's see, what else do we have here? The gaming company Razer put out a fake ad for a new hair dye that pairs with an app and lets you add special effects to your hair.
Not getting enough likes on Instagram? Time to glow up with the all-new Razer Rapunzel Chroma Hair Dye, a cutting-edge nanotech solution that transforms your hair from drab to fab. Engineered and infused with 1,337 active ingredients for hair that's energized, radiant, lush. Glow up with Razer Rapunzel Chroma Hair Dye.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to see companies having a little bit of fun with April Fool's. And again, it just makes me feel good because they're getting back into the swing of things. Nobody wanted a joke this time last year, right, Biffy? Pandemic was beginning to rise. We were shutting things down. We were all like, what the hell is going on here? Nobody wanted to do anything, but a little bit this year. Now, not all of the April Fool's jokes worked well. Not all of them worked well. Let us go to Kansas, where a 58-year-old woman thought, ha, ha, ha. By the way, would you think this was a good joke? A 58-year-old woman in Kansas thought, ha, 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 I'm going to prank my daughter. So she called her daughter. Phone rings. Hey, Mom. Betty, I've been shot. Someone came and shot me. I've been shot. She thought the good joke would be to tell her daughter that she'd been shot. Unsurprisingly, her daughter called the cops. My mom's been shot. Woo, 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 woo. They come, the police surrounded the woman's house. They come in with the guns drawn, ready to go. Whoa, what's happened here? Who shot this? You don't look shot. It was a joke for my daughter. Really? Turn around, put your hands behind your back. She was arrested for unlawful request for emergency service assistance.
It is a danger to not only the officers who may respond to the scene, but if there are occupants inside of a residence, that could cause concern for them as well, and just the general public as emergency services, police, fire, EMS are attempting to get to a scene quickly to assist an actual victim.
So just a little reminder, if you're going to do an April Fool's joke of some kind, try and sort of keep it, legal. As a general, don't do anything that's going to call the cops.
What thought process when you go through that thinks, okay, this is going to be good?
Yeah.
I mean, what did you expect your daughter was going to do? Of course she's going to call the cops. Yeah. I mean, they probably should have sent the EMTs too, because it probably gave her a heart attack, the daughter.
Well, that's exactly right. Well, they probably should have sent the EMTs anyway, because you got a shooting victim in the house.
Send one there and one to wherever the daughter called, because I'm sure she had a heart attack.
I mean, it just, again, one of these things where we often ask ourselves this, Biff, what was the thought process?
Right.
What exactly were you thinking was going to happen when you thought it was funny to call your daughter-in-law, or your daughter, not daughter-in-law, call your daughter and say, hey, I've been shot. I don't know. And you know who even got in on the April Fool's jokes yesterday, Biffy?
Who's that?
It's a guy you hardly think of with a sense of humor. Hoppy Kercheval.
Really?
Hoppy Kercheval. Go to wvmetronews.com and read yesterday's commentary. And it sounds exactly like a Hoppy Kercheval commentary. And in this day of bizarre things coming out of the Capitol, it's hard to tell when something is a joke and real. So Hoppy, begins his commentary with, it's been a very difficult year, and the taxes might be raised, and we're cutting the income tax, and we're trying to find ways to raise additional money. Some legislators have come up with a new way of helping to fund the budget. They're going to tear the Golden Dome apart and melt the Golden Dome down and sell the gold on the market. The problem, of course, is it is not in this legislative session. It's not totally out of the question. So Hoppy goes through the whole commentary. I mean, just very serious about it, and he talks about the pros and the cons of melting the dome down and so on. And he never does say April Fool's joke. He simply says the last line of his commentary yesterday was, if this bill is passed, it will take effect exactly 1 year from now, April Fool's Day 2022. So, man, it's okay to make jokes when Kercheval, I mean, let's be honest, Biffy, and I like him, he's a friend of mine. We don't think of Hoppy as having the world's best sense of humor, right?
No, we don't, but that's good for him.
It was really good. If you want to read it, it is still up online at wvmetronews.com, and you can go and check out the commentary. All right, what are we doing today? Well, of course, April Fool's jokes. I have a few more that we might talk about as the morning goes on. Also, some Easter jokes we'll get to. And I debated about this one, but we'll do some Easter jokes, please. I'm not going to be struck down by lightning, and I'm not trying to make fun of anything. It's just I got some Easter jokes I'll share with you. Newspaper editor McCabe and I will have our usual Friday roundtable discussing the local and state news of the week. COVID numbers on the rise in Ohio County and statewide. In the legislature, they have now okayed the intermediate court. They continue debating the 3 tax proposals, disagreements over details of the broadband bill. Our Capitol report has all of that. The Matt Gaetz story, Congressman Matt Gaetz, the pompadoured, hair-styled congressman, very conservative Trump supporter, who was apparently in some deep trouble for sexual allegations. The allegations are getting sleazier against him. Claims of underage sex, involvement with women in sex trafficking rings. New York Times found receipts that were from Gaetz to pay for hotel rooms and food for some of these women involved in sex rings. And apparently he liked to show nude pictures of women to his congressional colleagues. This guy's got some trouble. Now, be clear, Gaetz adamantly denies this stuff, but we'll take a look at that. Buccos win their opening game on opening day, and one game on opening day was canceled for Major League Baseball yesterday because of COVID. We'll talk about that coming up in just a minute here on the Watchdog Morning Show. So good morning, welcome. It's a Friday, 7:26 after the hour. It's cold outside, 21 degrees at the Wheeling, Ohio County Airport.
I'm Big Rick, host of Real Big.
Okay. I was going to do FanDuel next. I guess I'm not.
Are you struggling to make payments due to an unexpected financial obligation or loss of income? Are you receiving calls from debt collectors? Are you feeling overwhelmed and unsure of what steps to take next? Then you need the experience and expertise of attorney Tom McIntyre and his staff to help guide you through these temporary hardships. Want to hear more about how Tom can help? Then call 877-456-4155 and receive a free copy of Tom's ebook, When Bad Things Happen to Good People. Tom's ebook covers many questions people have about bankruptcy and includes interesting stories about people who tried to avoid filing and people who have filed for bankruptcy. We think you'll be surprised to learn some interesting facts about bankruptcy. Call 877-456-4155.
Benwood, the watchdog is protecting your yard. Join Howard Monroe, Hobby Kercheval, Bill DeFabio, and Big Rick for the best live and local talk in the Upper Ohio Valley and beyond. Benwood trusts the watchdog.
Miss a part of the show? Want to hear a segment again? Check out our podcast page at watchdognetwork.com. The Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe continues.
21 degrees at 7:30 on this Friday morning. It's the day after opening day for Major League Baseball yesterday. It was at least a sign of spring in the midst of a snowy, cold day yesterday. In fact, how cold was it? The first home run of the season yesterday, Biff, was hit by Miguel Cabrera in the snow against the Cleveland Indians. So,
yep.
The first home run of this year was a snowy home run. It was chilly in a lot of the season opening games. One game, well, actually 2 games were called off on opening day. One was due to rain, but the other was due to COVID.
I think that was the Mets and the Nationals game was because of COVID, and my Baltimore Orioles are still undefeated because their game with Boston, that's who the rain game was, got postponed, and that was actually kind of early in the morning, I think, when they postponed that game. So I believe Baltimore and Boston, normally they use today as an off day just in case something like yesterday happens and you have rain. So I believe they're going to play a doubleheader today in Boston. So Baltimore will get to be in first place for at least 2 days now during the season. So
it's a good way to start the season. 2 days in first place, right?
yeah, I think I better take a picture of that in the paper because I don't think it'll happen too much during this year.
And the Buccos won. We got to hoist the Jolly Roger, right?
Yeah, the Pirates getting a win yesterday in Wrigley Field in Chicago, 5-3. 5-3. Key Brian Hayes with a home run for the Pirates. He's their young stud and one of the few names that I think people will know from the Pirates. So, yeah, they've got a off day today and then stay in Chicago for the weekend.
When are they back for a home opener? Do you know?
I believe the home opener is Monday or Tuesday, I believe.
Okay. And who are they playing when they come home? Do you know? Anybody's going to bring a crowd. Of course, home opener usually does a pretty nice crowd. People like, it's the first game of the season, first game here at home. They'll probably get a pretty good crowd for that.
They will have, let's see, they've got the Cubs tomorrow and Sunday. And actually, no, it's not Monday. It's next Thursday because they're on the road. They've got the Reds for 3 games after Chicago. And then Thursday, April 8th, the Cubs come to PNC Park for the Pirates home opener. So it's Thursday, April 8th.
Well, they have a winning season so far.
Yes. Yeah, they're they're right there after 1 game.
So take pleasure in whatever you can. Anything else on opening day that struck you worth talking about?
No, I think that's it. Just the Pirates winning the 2 games, one getting postponed because of COVID and one because of the weather, the snow between Detroit and Cleveland, and I think that was about it yesterday. And if you're into fantasy baseball, the lot of drafts I think took place yesterday, so that's always fun. So yeah, other than that, I mean baseball's kicked off. Here we go.
Here we go. The season is underway. Biffy's golf season starts next Thursday.
Fingers crossed.
Feel like they're working on basketball tournaments. It's kind of unusual time for them to be planning basketball tournaments now, but in West Virginia, I saw where Bernie Dolan is putting out some of the guidelines on that. So we're slowly getting back to normal. But that's the conversation we'll have coming up in a minute or two, Biffy. As you pointed out, 1 game canceled yesterday in Major League Baseball because of COVID. The Nationals game against the Mets postponed after at least 3 National players tested positive for COVID, and there's a 4th one who is likely positive, so the entire team has had to self-quarantine. The reality is COVID rates are going up in the state of West Virginia, in I think it's 36 states across the country, and the Ohio County numbers are on the rise as well. We'll talk about that coming up in the next half hour of the show. Here on the Watchdog Morning Show, feel free to get your licks in at 304-214-1600, 304-214-1600, the Watchdog Radio Network text line, always open and available for you. We'll check, is it going to get warmer today? It's 21 degrees, too damn cold here in the morning. Is it going to get warmer, and if so, when? And we'll check all the forecast info for you with Zach Petty coming up in a couple of minutes. First, Billy DeFabio's got sports, and before I can unleash Bill on you, we need to check Ohio Valley headlines.
The WTRF Channel 7 News.
Rafi, it looks like I just got the Darnell recordings this morning. Did you get those?
1 o'clock hour of the Variety Show. In Boston, the Penguins down the Bruins 4-1. How big was this win? It was the Penguins' first victory over the Bruins in Boston's TD Garden since November 24th, 2014. In the nets, the former nailer, Casey DeSmith, stopped 30 shots with the win. How about this? The Penguins this morning tied for first place in the Eastern Division standings with Washington and the New York Islanders. Penguins back in action Saturday afternoon when once again they visit the Boston Bruins. A side note on Sid Crosby, the captain. He's been named the National Hockey League's first star for the month of March. And how about a win for the Nailers? They beat Jacksonville 5-3. Are you ready for the Final Four? Saturday, number 2 seed Houston will face number 1 Baylor. Number 11 seed Cinderella UCLA will face unbeaten and the number 1 seed overall Gonzaga. Tonight, women's Final Four, South Carolina will face Stanford. Arizona will meet UConn. Hey, be safe out there. Please, be considerate of others. Check on the elderly. I'm Bill DeFabio on sports, and we are the Watchdog.
For all your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the Watchdog trusts.
Are you or your loved ones facing a serious legal battle? The law office of Paul Harris wants you to know you aren't alone. Do you need someone that's not afraid to go to trial and fight for your rights? Attorney Paul Harris and his team are willing to go where most firms are not. The courtroom. With a successful track record in civil litigation, criminal defense, including tax issues and healthcare fraud, Harris Law Office will fight for their clients by offering the most aggressive representation in and out of court. Call Paul Harris at Harris Law Office for a free consultation. 304-232-5300.
Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 want to thank the owners and contractors of the Ohio Valley for using their locally trained workers to help build for the future. Local 83 helps design, fabricate, and build the gas infrastructure for the oil and gas industry here in the Ohio Valley. Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 is 300 members strong and growing. They also do residential, commercial, and industrial work on both sides of the river. For more information, call Plumbers and Steam Fitters Local 83 at 304-233-4445.
Does your dog need groomed or walked? Are you looking for a pet sitter or dog boarding options? If so, call Dirty Paws, Wheeling's newest pet care service, providing the Ohio Valley with everyone's pet care needs. Check us out on Facebook at Dirty Paws WHG or call 304-639-7754.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of Turbo.
Hello? Oh, okay. All right, you got those, The morning ones, I just saw it, just came in a few minutes ago. Okay, all right.
Great, I'll buy it. I'm a private real estate investor who can solve your real estate problems fast for cash. Do you want to sell and just be done with it? Okay, great. I buy vacant properties, boarded up houses, pre-foreclosures, and inherited properties. I also buy apartment buildings, rental portfolios, divorce homes. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. I look forward to solving your real estate problems today. Give me a call for an all-cash offer at 614-362-2000, 614-362-2000.
Catch Biff Leonard on the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe. Weekday mornings 7 to 10 a.m. Only on the Watchdog. Live and local talk radio. Just the way you like it.
From the West Virginia Broadcasting Hall of Fame, directly to you. This is the Watchdog Morning Show with Howard Monroe, brought to you in part by Wheeling Hospital.
Yeah, we had some April Fool's Joke fun a few minutes ago. We'll do a little Easter holiday conversation coming up in just a tad. Latest from the legislature, this Matt Gaetz congressman story is really getting bizarre. We'll talk about some of the latest allegations against him. That's coming up. And it is a Friday, so McCabe and I will have our usual Friday roundtable. We'll focus on a few of the stories happening here in the Ohio Valley and some of the things happening down at the state level as well. That's all coming up here on the Watchdog Morning Show. But right now it's weather time. Zach Petty is here from the Big 7. Good morning, Zach.
Well, TGIF, Howard, how are you today?
Did you tell us it was going to be this cold this morning? I did. Cold this morning. All right. Well, I guess I wasn't listening carefully enough.
You were upset. You didn't want to hear it. That's why.
I just blocked it out. I don't want to hear it. I guess I knew what we were going to get yesterday, and we got exactly what you predicted: some on and off snow flurries and cold temperatures all day long. I expected that, but man, I woke up this morning and it was just so cold. It's still 21 at the airport. A little wind out there makes it feel like 15. I don't know. I guess I wasn't expecting it to be this cold this morning.
Yeah. Did someone flip the calendar back to January or February? Because that's what it feels like we're in right now. It feels like a big case of deja vu, I tell you.
Deja vu all over again, as somebody once said. And we're not going to warm up a whole lot. I mean, it's going to get warmer than it is now, but we're not going to get into spring-like temperatures today, right?
No, we'll be topping off in that low to mid 40 range, right around 43 degrees for our expected high. But the good news is the sun's out right now, and I expect that bright yellow orb to be shining for the rest of, today, with a more widespread sun likely into the afternoon as well. So it's just going to be one of those transition days. Yeah, the cold air is going to still linger around with the northwesterly wind making it feel a bit colder with those breezy conditions into the afternoon as well. But we'll have a wind shift as we head into the overnight hours, and that's actually when the warm air will actually start to lift in. But I'll tell you now, Howard, it's going to be another cold one tomorrow morning. Overnight lows will bottom out into the mid-20 range, but we'll be warming up back into the mid-50s, and then by Easter Sunday, mid to low 60s for your highs. So we're going to gradually increase those temperatures.
And really, actually, even beginning today, but certainly for the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, it's going to be sunny as well as warming up, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're going to continue on with that sunshine. We do have high pressure continuing to build into the forecast, and that means pleasant weather, sunshine, no precipitation, no rain to talk about for your weekend. It looks like that's what's going to keep around into the start of the next work week, with highs again pushing into that mid to upper 60 range.
And looks like Sunday will be a good day. I think we're going to probably do maybe an Easter egg hunt. We colored Easter eggs yesterday.
There you go.
Yeah, usually do that on Friday or Saturday, and I plan to, but Teddy, when we got home from his school yesterday, goes, "Granddad, let's color Easter eggs now." So we colored Easter eggs. I said, "So how many Easter eggs do you want to color?" He said, 40. Okay, he had a number in mind, so I never tell him no. So we had 40, so we colored 40 Easter eggs yesterday. And of course, when he left, he said, "Can we color more eggs tomorrow?" And Biff, you know what Granddad said?
Oh, sure.
Absolutely. He'll do 40 more if you want to, sure.
Here's a theory on the number 40.
Yeah?
We're in the season of Lent. 40 days of Lent.
Very good, yeah. Good thinking. Good thinking.
Good one, yeah. That's a good one.
Must have seeped into his head somewhere somehow. 40, he's probably heard that, I guess, recently. So we'll probably do a little Easter egg hunt with these 40 eggs that we have, or maybe 80, depending on what happens today. But
40 plus, yeah.
40 plus eggs, yeah. So we'll probably do a little Easter egg hunt. I'm hoping maybe we can do it out in the front yard on this Sunday. And it looks like it's possible, right?
Yes, Thursday, Saturday night and Sunday morning, overnight lows will be in that upper 30 to low 40 range. So I think if you just wear a jacket, maybe a sweatshirt, and just keep them moving, I think you'll have plenty of warmth and sunshine and just kind of fair weather in through Sunday morning to do that Easter egg hunt outside.
And it'll probably be after church, so we'll be in the heading close to noontime, so we should be warming up, right? Yeah, warming up, and up towards noon.
Yeah, we should be like, let's say, 50s by lunchtime on Sunday, if I were to guess.
Okay. All right, so
I think it'll be plenty fine.
All right, sounds good. And then the good news is, although it may not be quite as sunny, we may have more cloud conditions to deal with and some rain. It's going to be a really warm week again next week, right?
Oh, yeah, we have building high pressure with upper-level warming and southwesterly flow, bringing in temperatures in the upper 60s, pushing close to 70 Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But one thing that we're going to also deal with, which, hey, it's customary for the springtime, is the patchy rain showers that are likely to develop Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. But the good news is that it's not going to be an all-rain event. Looks like just some afternoon spotty showers in through the area. But again, something that will continue to monitor once we head into the next weekend, but just enough to kind of throw it out there on the extended radar that, hey, there could be some rain next Tuesday, but hey, nothing to worry about. But the warmth will be returning to the Ohio Valley, that's for sure.
All right, so the summary is bundle up today. It's a cold morning, and it's not going to be all that warm a day today. Weekend will be an acceptable Easter weekend, moderately warm and sunny, and getting really warm next week with maybe a little bit of rain mixed in. So that's kind of the overview. What are you doing for the weekend? Any big plans?
I'll be heading home this afternoon after a haircut to hang out with my parents for Easter today, tomorrow, and Sunday. Have Easter. I think we're doing Easter lunch since I go to bed at 6 o'clock on Sunday night. So do some of that. Gonna do some helping my dad in the woods. We have a couple acres over in some property in Beaver County. He needs some help pulling some trees out, pulling some stumps out, and kind of just being outdoors. So I'll be soaking up that vitamin D.
That sounds good. Should be kind of fun. Do you have any special Easter traditions in your family other than just a family meal?
Not that I know of off the top. I guess we're Czechoslovakian, so we do pierogies on most of the holidays, so Easter and Christmas. So we'll probably make some pierogies possibly tonight or tomorrow, but it depends on how tired I am since, I do go to bed at 6 o'clock most days, so we'll see how late I can stay up to help them make some pierogies.
Yeah, that sounds, but pierogies just do sound good. I'll tell you what, that sounds good. Well, listen, have yourself a good Easter weekend, and we will talk to you again on Monday then.
All right, sounds good. Take it easy, Howard. Happy Easter to you and Brother Biff.
All right, same to you. We'll talk to you soon. Zach Petty from the Big 7, WTRF TV. Yeah, pierogies sound good. Love me some pierogies. We got a couple pierogi places in town now, don't we, Biffy? Or in the area now?
Oh, yes, we do.
I think there's one over in I've not been to any of these. I think there's one in Bel Air.
Yep.
And then down in South Wheeling, they're making pierogies, and I think I've got this right. They're selling them out of that new grocery store there until they come up with a permanent location for a restaurant. I think I've got that right.
The Ukrainian church that has them. Can't forget about that. Generations has them.
I love me some pierogies.
Oh yeah, there's we have our pierogi places around here. That's for sure.
And I haven't had pierogies for a good while. Well, I used to get, back when Eaton Park had their buffet, back when we had buffets. You remember, we're telling our kids this, do you remember back in the old days, we used to have something called buffets, where you could go and just get all the food you wanted. The buffets will come back. I was talking to somebody about this the other day. Buffets will come back, but they're going to be different. It's going to be, I don't think we'll ever get back to the day it was where you just go up and grab as much food as you want. Some people are doing, bring it to your table. You can still eat as much as you want, but they're bringing it to your table. Others are making you wear gloves at the buffet lines. And I think maybe what may end up becoming the standard is someone will serve you your buffet food. And that's okay, except, Biff, when you go into a buffet, and if you don't yourself, like, you just keep throwing stuff on your plate, throwing stuff on your plate, throwing stuff on your plate. When somebody else is putting it on, and they say things like, is that enough? It gets embarrassing to go, no, give me more.
I want more.
More. Nope, need some more.
I'll tell you when it's enough.
Yeah, that's right. You just keep on dipping it out. I'll tell you when to stop. That's exactly right. So I was reading an article about this last week. And I know it's not one of your favorite places, Biffy, but Golden Corral has been trying to figure out what's their model going forward. They are a business built on buffets, right? Just bountiful buffets. Everybody gets everything they want as much as they want all the time. And they've had to completely change. Many of the Golden Corrals across the country just shut down during the pandemic. And others have tried to come up with ways to, as I said, serve you at your table or to have servers behind the buffet and so on. But Golden Corral's having to completely change their whole concept. They're experimenting with new ways to do buffets because of that, because they're a buffet restaurant. And I know that you're not a big fan of the Golden Corral. I am, but I know you're not. But I don't think they're ever going to be the same again. They're never going to come back and be the same way they were. Anyways, my point was, back when Eaton Park had their Sunday brunch buffet, me and my wife and I were up there every Sunday for fried chicken and pierogies. That's all. I just put on my plate. Sometimes I might add a little something else, maybe some turkey and potatoes, or maybe a little breakfast food because it was a brunch, but fried chicken and pierogies. That was just...
Keep them coming.
That's right. Just keep them coming. That's exactly. And I would, I would be one of those guys I used to always hate. I would stand there if the pierogies in the little bin, there were none there, or there were not enough there. I'd be there going, hey, running low on pierogies.
Or, I think these are cold. Can we get a fresh batch?
Need some more pierogies up here. I was the kind of guy that I used to always hate when I would see around there. Speaking of pierogies, makes me think of, as Zach said, Czechoslovakian food and foreign food and so on. Did you see where our good friend Rich Biela was commemorated in a Polish magazine this week?
I did see that on our Facebook page.
Rich Biela, who is one of the multiple hosts on the Polka Showcase on Sundays, 9 to 11 o'clock here on the Watchdog, AM 1600, AM 1370, FM 97.7, and WatchdogNetwork.com. Rich is celebrating 50 years of being a polka host. That's amazing. And I remember he started out on 1370 when it was a different call letter out in Moundsville, our 1370 frequency that we now have. He started there doing a polka show, and then for years and years he did the show over at Womp on the Hill. And when I was there, he was King Richard, and the polka show. Then he went up the street to the big station up the street and did a polka show up there. And when everything sort of changed in the business and there were no polka shows for a while, eventually he came with us, and we have the Polka Showcase. So congratulations to Rich Biela. But wait, I've known Rich almost the entire time. I know I've been in the business over 50 years too, but it just seems like, wow, 50 years. That's an amazing amount of time. So if you want to read an article about Rich, it's on my Facebook page and it's on the Watchdogs Facebook page, a link to an article in a Polish American magazine about King Richard. Rich Biela. Check it out. 4 before the hour here on the Watchdog Morning Show. Coming up on Monday, I mentioned this, and yesterday I heard Shane and Jim talking with Billy DeFabio on the Bill DeFabio Variety Show. Big online auction coming up next week. The bidding will close on Monday, so you want to take a look at it right now. Go to freeauction.com and look up the upcoming events and click on and take a look at what's going to be on the auction block. If you want to bid, it's online only, so you click the Bid Now button. But it's over 400 lots of antiques and gold and costume jewelry and silver coins. See a lot of imperial glasses here, a lot of other kind of collectible items, coins, as we mentioned. So check out the info at freeauction.com. If you want to bid, you have until 10 o'clock on Monday morning to bid. The bidding closes on Monday, all right? So more info from freeauction.com. Jim Frio and Shane Stack putting that on, our good friends. I talked to Shane a good, but I haven't talked to Big Jim for a good while. So it was good to hear him on the Bill DeFabio Variety Show yesterday. So check that out. Biffy, what do we have for baseball or basketball this weekend? Do we have basketball games this weekend?
Yeah, actually, you were right. We've got baseball and basketball. Tonight we have West Virginia baseball taking on Oklahoma State. That game at 6:30 on AM 1600 WKKX and 98.1 FM. And we have high school basketball on AM 1370 WVLY and 97.7 FM. Weirton at John Marshall. And then on Saturday, West Virginia closes out their 3-game series with Oklahoma State. That game at 12:30 on Saturday, both stations.
All right, so a lot of sports for you here on the Watchdog. Stay with us all weekend long, just because I'm not here or Bill's not here or Big Rick's not here. Lots of stuff happening on the weekends here on both of our radio stations, including all sorts of sports activity, plus sports talk with, what's it called now, Biffy? Sports Map, right? They call it Sports Map.
Yeah, the overnight stuff.
Yeah. Sports Map, sports talk throughout the weekend. The Polka Show on Sundays. On AM 1370 and FM 97.7. We have all kinds of how-to programs on Sunday. We have the Car Care Clinic and the Travel Show, and we have the show about high technology, and we got a show about working around the house, the Home Improvement Show, the Money Pitch. So lots of good stuff for you to stick with us on the weekend. Don't go away on the weekend. It's just because I'm not here, just because Bill's not here, just because Rick's not here. Actually, Biff is here.
Yeah, I'll be here.
It just never goes away. It's just here all the time.
Can't get rid of me.
We try. No, we don't ever try. God, I can't believe I even said that. We never try to get rid of it. I'm already worried about what happens when you go on vacation this fall, Biffy. So no, we never want to get rid of you. All right, 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock, Watchdog Morning Show. COVID cases are rising. Lots going on in the legislature. And some more fun with the starter block all coming up after ABC covers the world.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
Cases are increasing.
Biff, do you have Capital Report? I haven't seen okay, all right, very good. So I haven't seen anything from, what's his name, Fred, but if you've got it, I won't worry about it. All right, I'm going to do a starter block when we come back. I'll use the Easter jokes, Wheel of Fortune cuts, and then we'll do a break. We'll do Capital Report in the next half hour. I haven't heard from McCabe, and I didn't ask him yesterday, so I'm hoping he's in today. If not, I'll have to punt at 9 o'clock, but we'll make it work one way or another. All right, I'm going to get some more coffee. I'll be back in a minute.